man. We are back with another good stream. We are about to cook it up on this Wednesday afternoon. We about to cook it up. We about to cook it up. We about to cook it up. We have so much to talk about today, man. We have Brad Stevens, who finally came out to address the Jaylen Brown trade. We also have LeBron. We have an update on LeBron's free agency. The latest report being obviously where is it? Here we go. Where is it? Oh, I gotta refresh. I know I posted this. Where is it? Here we go. So the latest update is LeBron James, his top 3 teams in free agency appear to be the Cavaliers, the Heat, and the 76ers. So there's that. We also have Jason Tatum finally addressing the Jaylen Brown trade. We're going to get into that as well. We have a bunch of things. Steph Curry also spoke about the possibility of teaming up with LeBron James. And we all know that Giannis was on a stream with Neon. And there were a couple of viral moments that we definitely have to, react to, talk about. And yeah, man, there's just so honestly, there isn't really much. I mean, it's the off season, it's pretty dead. Not too much to talk about. That's like, I'm telling you, man, when the season is throughout the course of the season, there's so many things to talk about, given the fact that everybody's playing, so many stories to get into. It makes content so much easier. But at this time of year, man, we have to anything that happens, we have to talk about. Thank God LeBron is, in free agency, because it gives us so much to talk about, so much to speculate. And, I think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. So let's react to a couple of things. Oh, so check this out, guys. So LeBron James went viral, right? LeBron James went viral because, as a matter of fact, well, first, I got to tweet that I'm live. Hold on. What the fuck am I doing? I'm tripping. What the fuck? I am tripping, y'all. Hold on. Fuck. Where is it? 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 I'm about to tweet I'm live. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to tweet I'm live right now. Hold on. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Fuck. Paste update. All right, here we go. My bad, my bad. All right, so, yo, this is funny. So, LeBron James, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people, like, again, when you're LeBron James, right? When you're somebody who's played in the NBA for as many years, being one of the, I think, did he break the record for most years played? I don't know. Anyways, LeBron has a lot of haters. So, he posts a clip of him, putting in that offseason work where he's doing what appears to be a ab stability workout on, and he's doing, some looks like to be curls, but I think this is a core exercise, right? Check this out. Yo, zero glaze, zero glaze. I'm not gonna lie to you. To be this age and to like still look like basically to have the body of like a 20-year-old. I mean, this guy LeBron, he's just that man's committed. Like, I think not Tristan Thompson, was it Iman Shumpert? There was like an interview where Iman Shumpert said that he knows LeBron is playing another year in the league because of his meal prep. Because I think the Cleveland Cavaliers team, they had like a 10-year anniversary where they like went to like, I don't know where they went, but they were like, turning up. And yeah, Shumpert said that he knows LeBron's playing next year because of his meal prep. It just goes to show you how committed LeBron really is to the game of basketball. And yeah, man. So, but let me get to the main point. There was some clips rolling around on X, right? And I think there's a couple of them on Instagram. And I know you guys see the title of the video. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. We're gonna get into this stuff, but this is just like the preliminary, you know, bullshit intro stuff, right? We're not gonna get into the main topics. We're just gonna roam around. So there was some, okay, here's the first one. So there was some clips rolling around, right? Of basically people saying LeBron James is basically trying to, you know, he's seeking attention basically. And that this is a simple workout that anybody can do. And there were like clips rolling around on X of people like imitating him doing it. And it's hilarious. So let me know what you guys think about these clips. Here's the first one.
Over me, but let me just point out, I'm not wearing briefs.
Commander Lentz, Mr. Spencer is in our department, so hold your briefing first. But we'll share any information that we gather.
Hands off. Sean.
Nah, this nigga look like he's struggling, bro.
Sean! Oh. That is for real. What are you doing? Look, I don't know what you...
So this is the LeBron hater basically saying, oh, I could do this shit. This is easy, man. You know, like, this is nothing. Look at the form. Focus on the form, guys. Does it look the same? Let me know what you guys think.
Because you got yourselves into. I came down here to warn you. Warn me of what? This guy doing the negotiating.
This nigga about to fall, bro.
I appreciate you arguing over me, but let me just point out, I'm not wearing briefs.
Commander Lentz, Mr. Spencer is in our department, so hold your briefing first. But we'll share any information that we gather.
Hands off. Sean! Sean! Oh. That is...
This shit is embarrassing. I think LeBron has, I think he's a 30s, and this is like, what, 10s? 15s at most? And this nigga's struggling.
For real. What are you doing? Look, I don't know what you and Gus have gotten yourselves into. I came down here to warn you. Warn me of what? This guy doing the negotiating.
Yeah, this is crazy work. So there's another clip, right, of Jacob the Clipper. I think he's like the president of the LeBron hate club, Jacob the Clipper. Well, I mean, I would say maybe Skip Bayless is like the president, but he's like vice president, Jacob the Clipper. This guy's a fucking clown. Check this out, guys. He also, my bad. He also hopped on the bandwagon on the LeBron troll, right? Trolling LeBron's workout. Where is it? Here we go. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if he's matching that. Y'all let me know. I'm not even gonna play this shit. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So he says, I did 3 reps with 30 pounds. By the way, I'm 180 pounds and lift 3 to 4 times a week to stay in shape. Your king is mid. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, bro.
What? Oh shit! Oh shit!
That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it, bro.
Oh hell
no! That ain't it, brother. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, no.
When I tell y'all, bro, these LeBron haters, they have no shame. And this nigga got 14 million views. Yo, I see, you know, I see why these guys do this, because hating on LeBron, it garners so much engagement. So why not, right? Let's look at the comments. We know you fell out. We know you fell out of the ball. Show the uncut version. This one guy says, and he's in his 40s doing them right while you have horrible form. Aren't even going all the way up or holding and stabilizing the weight. I'm sure you can beat him one-on-one too. These are the guys that look down on professional athletes. Yeah, man, it's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. And then he gaslights the guy by saying, show your video. Dude, like, you're a fucking clown, dude. You are, this is just, like, the level of, like weirdness. Like, this guy's a nerd. Like, you have to be, like, just a hater. And majority of this guy's tweets are, like, about LeBron James, bro. He gasses up Michael Jordan and just downplays LeBron. I mean, this is just crazy work, bro. Okay, so he's been tweeting about the World Cup and shit, but for the most part, he definitely tweets about LeBron. Oh, I guess the World Cup is keeping him occupied from being a bitch. So yeah, yeah. Did y'all see this? So it says huge development, right? It says LeBron James and Draymond Green have arranged a play date coming up, which could have an impact on LeBron's free agency. Now, obviously, this account is trolling. Shams actually reported that LeBron James and Draymond Green are, planning to hang out, and that's a very, telling way for people to speculate on whether LeBron is in fact going to join Golden State. So, yeah. This is not true. He wasn't in Miami. They say so. This picture says LeBron's golfing in Miami. From what I saw, I actually saw this clip on X, and it said he was in Cleveland. I don't know. Who knows? Did y'all see this? It says SGA got exposed for switching up. Let me move this. It says SGA got exposed for switching up on LeBron James. Now, I'm not too like informed on this, but from what I saw on X, I saw a lot of tweets saying that SGA deleted a tweet of him saying, that LeBron James is the GOAT, I think. Right? It says, quote, SGA on LeBron James says, his game, I never really liked this game. To me, when I was younger, he was just super athletic, and I wasn't that. He was 6'8" and super strong. Yeah, I remember this. Now, when I saw this, I didn't think he was dissing LeBron James. I thought this was a very wholesome answer, right? Obviously, LeBron James is a once in a generation. Excuse me, I can't even speak right. Once in a generational talent, and he's just one of one, right? As far as him, he's super athletic. 6'9", can handle the ball, can shoot. Extremely quick for his size, and he's a point guard all in one. And SGA is not that, right? SGA, I think, is like 6'5", 6'6", maybe even 6'7". I don't know, like 6'6", 6'7", and he's not as built like LeBron James. And his game is primarily on skill, right? Mid range, manipulating the defense. I'm like manipulating the defense as far as getting to the basket, using his dribble, the bump that people say is illegal. But in my opinion, I think SGA. And by the way, people who don't know, right? Chris Paul actually taught SGA that little bump. Like, he mastered that shit. Like, when Chris Paul was with the Thunder, when SGA, like, when he was like in these younger years, Chris Paul put him on game. If you know, you know. But I don't think this is hating. This is not hating. So this is the tweet. Back in 2018, he tweeted, I don't know what else you want one man to do. 51, 8, and 8. So he's referring to the game where LeBron dropped 50. Was it against the Golden State Warriors? Yeah, this had to have been Golden State because this is in May. Yeah. Against the Warriors, I believe so. And, they lost that game because of J.R. Smith's blunder. But they're saying that SGA deleted this tweet because he's getting backlash for, and this is weird because the weird thing about all this is he said this like, I think months ago, right? Yeah, so it was against the Golden State Warriors. But they're saying that he deleted the tweet. Did he? Yeah, bro. They're saying he deleted it. So according to NBA memes, SGA has now deleted this tweet of calling LeBron the GOAT during the 2018 finals. Yo, why did he delete the tweet though? Yo, there has to be some type of smear campaign going on. The thing about this is he said this shit months ago. Why is this a thing now? Yo, what the fuck? And I guess people were in his mentions and he deleted the tweet. What? Nah, that's crazy, dog. Nah, bruh. Nah, that's crazy. That nigga really deleted the tweet, bro. Well, Braun fans made him delete the tweet. Wow. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. So in back-to-back games, Darren Peterson dropped 25 plus points. We're going to talk about that too. So before we get into the we're going to get into the Brad Stevens stuff, guys. So if you're watching, Brad Stevens came out, I think it was a couple of days ago. He and I think Bill, whatever his name is, I think one of the owners of the Celtics. Brad Stevens came out to address the Jaylen Brown trade. And we're gonna get into that. But before we get into that, Jaylen Brown kept his promise, guys. So for those who don't know, this guy over here, right? And I felt so bad. What's his name again? So this young fan was distraught, was upset that his favorite player, Jaylen Brown, was traded from the Celtics, and he was crying.
What do you want to say to Jaylen Brown?
I love you so much, and you mean a lot to me, and you are my favorite player in the whole NBA.
Oh, baby.
And thank you for everything that you have done with the Celtics. Thank you.
The Celtics traded a guy that impacts their fans in a positive way. Like, just think about that. Just give you guys perspective on this.
Baby. I'm sorry. Come here. Come here, Papa.
Can you put this in the mail for me?
I will. I'll put it in the mail for you, baby.
That's a real fan, man.
Can you do it today?
Why are you crying? How does that make you feel, baby?
Sad.
Why are you sad?
Because Jaylen Brown got traded.
I'm so sorry, baby. What do you want to say to Jaylen Brown?
And when this post initially came out, I think it was like last week, Jaylen Brown comments, "It's okay, little bro. We will always be friends." And recently, Jaylen Brown, I think, met up with him, right? He invited him to, by the way, the young fan's name is Gio. His name is Gio. And he invited Gio to his event. Now, I'm not gonna lie, JB's dope for that. Like, that's why this whole like situation, it's like, I don't understand it, bro. The Celtics definitely could have handled this whole situation better, man. This is just diabolical work, bro. Yeah, man. Took pictures. That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Shout out to JB for this, man. This is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about, man. For real. That was dope by JB. All right. Let's get into the Brad Stevens press conference. Now,
The answer to the question.
I watched the full 40-minute conference for you guys, okay? I watched it. Now, we're not going to react to the whole 40-minute video because I don't even stream. My streams are at my longest streams are like an hour and 30 minutes. I'm not about to sit here and watch a single video when there's so many things to talk about, you know, regarding this Brad Stevens stuff. But what I can say to you is that one of Brad Stevens' key takeaways, and let me actually play a clip of something he said before I actually get into like what was said. So he addressed, he addressed that Jaylen, I think somebody asked him a question, but basically he spoke on Jaylen Brown feeling disrespected by the trade process. Now, for those who don't know, and I'll play that for you guys, Jaylen Brown actually reacted to, him being traded on his Twitch. And he spoke about how he didn't like the way Boston handled the whole situation.
And let's get it. I'll let my work do the talking. I'm ready to get to work this summer. I'm ready to get back in the gym, work on my weaknesses, improve like my mindset, my leadership, you know what I mean? My authenticity coming to Philadelphia. And hopefully all of that is well received. But, it's definitely a bittersweet ending. Like I said before, I'm still processing a lot, chat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got my family, my grandpa, etc. I wasn't thrilled with how the conversation was facilitated. I did feel like it was a lack of respect. At one point it was fine, and out of nowhere it just went left. I definitely think it's more to it. It definitely is more to it. I know Brad is getting a lot of the criticism, but, I just wish that more to it could have been explained. I just wish that they had the respect to just tell me exactly what it was, and I would have understood and I would have respected that. But it didn't go down like that. It wasn't facilitated like that. So that was the most disappointing part, because I thought I earned respect in a place that I had built, where I helped contribute to build.
Facts.
And that just wasn't the case.
So you heard what he had to say. So here's Brad Stevens' response to, JB feeling disrespected. Hold on. There you go.
Jaylen said that he felt disrespected by this trade process and he wished more had been explained to him. I know you're talking about trying to be as upfront and communicative with him as possible throughout this, but do you wish at all that either you handled this process differently, or there was anything on your side that was not conveyed to him that you wish you had in hindsight?
I think I already answered that earlier with Jay. But I would just say, I'll just repeat that, I'm hopeful that we can sit down and talk about that at some point. But I'm sorry that he feels that way.
So those are Brad Stevens' comments or response to Jaylen Brown feeling disrespected. Now let me get into what Brad Stevens basically was saying regarding the whole situation, right? So one of the key takeaways of the press conference was, I guess what Brad Stevens was trying to say was, this move was primarily driven by roster flexibility, salary cap restraints under the new CBA, and a desire to build deeper depth. That's basically what I took from the whole press conference. And one of the main things Brad Stevens kept saying was optionality. Like if you actually go and watch the press conference, this guy said optionality like good 50 fucking times. Like he was saying it so many times, right? But basically what he was trying to say was, hey, we couldn't pay 2 players. They took up 70% of our cap, which is true. And, ultimately, he basically said in a nice way, JT's our guy. We value Jason Tatum more than Jaylen Brown. And, we didn't want to commit to paying 2 players $300+ million, for their contracts, right? Now, that's cool, right? That's cool. Given, this new CBA that, listen, Kyle Kuzma came out with like a long hit piece complaining about the new CBA. Listen, man, the players, you guys signed off on that shit. And the players signed off on this new CBA that obviously, they have a first apron, second apron with teams who are above the second apron. There's like draft implications. Like there's just a bunch of like penalties you get for going over that second apron, which, forces teams to have to, make very tough decisions. And unfortunately, the Boston Celtics were put in that situation. Now that's cool. That's cool and all, but it's like the fact that this organization didn't at least address some of the bullshit that was coming, attacking Jaylen Brown's character, saying that he's too smart for his own good, he's a cancer, analytically, he's the 7th best player. When this guy has given this organization so much, I think should obviously leave a bad taste in Celtics fans' mouths who appreciated Jaylen Brown, and obviously Jaylen Brown fans, and obviously won Jaylen Brown, right? So let's react to a couple of clips of what he had to say with this first one, right? And if you guys want to like see some clips, just go on X and just type in Brad Stevens, and there's a bunch of like reposts on this guy, right? This first one though really got to me. Like I'm like, so he says, He says the Celtics didn't rush the Jaylen Brown trade. Quote, these are not decisions you make. You know, I'm not even going to quote it. Just listen.
Back and forth, and you might negotiate the terms, whatever the case may be. But these are not decisions you make in haste or in a rush. You've thought about it, and hopefully you make the right one at the right time. I realize not a lot of people think that, and I'm okay with that. The Philly part, I'm with you. That is a hard thing to trade a guy back and forth, and you might negotiate.
Now, here's my thing, right? Let me tell you why this looks bad, right? Why people are going to question why this is rushed. Everybody knows that the Boston Celtics have been shopping Jaylen Brown for quite some time, right? With the most recent, obviously outside of the Sixers trade, with, you know, the biggest, you know, I guess you can say thing was Jaylen Brown for Giannis, right? Jaylen Brown for Giannis. That was the biggest thing, right? And obviously the Bucks ultimately chose the Miami Heat's package because the Celtics dropped the ball. They didn't want to give up two key role players, I guess, that they thought really highly of. And they felt, no, we don't want to give those two players up along with, you know, two first round picks and Jaylen Brown. And because of that, Miami ended up winning the trade. Now, I'm not in those rooms, but that's what's been being reported. That's why people are like, what the fuck? But anyways, they did that, right? And once the Celtics dropped the ball on the Giannis trade, teams are looking at the Celtics like, oh, you have no choice. You have to give up. You have to drop Jaylen Brown at this point, because there are many conversations that, you know, when you shop a guy multiple times, it gets to a point where, and I'm not saying Jaylen Brown said anything, but it gets to a point where it's like, damn, bro, like, what more do you want? And, you know, a lot of people, especially executives, could feel that, and the coach, of course, could feel that, man, this is going to be a hindrance potentially in the locker room. So teams are like, you know what? You guys dropped the ball on Giannis. Y'all have no choice but to give up JB for whatever it is that we probably can offer you. Now, granted, the Celtics weren't just going to take any bullshit offer. Like, they weren't going to, you know, trade JB for 2 second rounders. That would be fucking insane. But it's the fact that a guy who's 2 years removed from being a Finals MVP, a guy that averaged 28 points per game, a guy who was top 6 in MVP voting this past season, who has such a high trade value, for you guys to trade him for an aging Paul George, I think that's the craziest thing. And because of that, a lot of people felt, damn, they had no choice. They had to get him. I mean, it's just a bad deal, bro. It's a horrible deal. So here's him speaking on how he lost sleep over, you know, trading JB.
I lost sleep over the fan part of this. Yeah. I get it. Like, there's a bunch of 7 jerseys around. I'm pretty sure I bought a couple. So I get it. And
So this is him talking about how, you know, you can't really have 2 players taking up 70% of the cap.
And I know there are salary matching rules, but you talk about how you can't have 70% of the salary cap tied up into these 2 players.
Still do.
You still do.
That's right.
So
good follow-up.
What's next
after
this?
I think the biggest thing is that it's that plus the picks, plus the optionality moving forward. Paul's contract is shorter. You know, he'll have his choice with his player option next year. But I think that, you know, and again, I keep going back to, like, myself as a kid. Like, I don't want to hear about picks and optionality. I don't. Unfortunately, in my position, that matters. So you know, that's where we are. Can I tell you exactly what's going to happen? No. We're excited about Paul. We're excited about a lot of our young guys. We're excited about the depth of our group. We're excited about our very best players. And we think we've got a good team, and we think we've got a lot of options moving.
All right, so check out this other clip where, this is not the one. There was actually another one. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So Brad Stevens says the Celtics traded JB to change up the roster.
Importance of depth. And then obviously we have to continue to work on ways to diversify our attack overall. All that being said, still would not have made a move unless we thought the right opportunity presented itself. Obviously, there was a lot of talk in the media. This was the importance of depth, and then obviously importance of.
I don't like that. Listen. You know, these guys are media trained, man. Like Brad Stevens, he's good, bro. This guy's good. I sort of kind of think these guys are full of crap. And let me tell you why. Because they're acting like, and granted, I think the CBA thing is a big factor in this decision. But what a lot of people aren't talking about, right, is I think the relationship between JB and the Celtics organization it just deteriorated. And these guys are just acting like that wasn't a factor in this decision. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Obviously, we're not going to react to too many of these Brad Stevens clips. But for the most part, like I said, man, his main takeaway, at least in my opinion, was that they just needed more depth. And in a nice way, they felt that they couldn't compete for championships, you know, with JB on the roster. That's just a fact. Now, Jason Tatum actually, mind you, throughout this whole thing, right, outside of him posting that story of him thanking JB for their 9 years together, JB finally speaks out. And I'm going to get my thoughts on this clip, right?
So don't hate me here, but like Jaylen.
So he speaks on his relationship with JB.
Jaylen Brown, for example, we showed this clip. You know, he's been traded. We showed a clip of a little boy crying. I mean, people have all sorts of feelings about it. And now people are pitting you guys against each other, saying, oh, they're not as close off the court as they are on the court. What is the truth? What is the deal?
I think, for one, I have nothing, obviously, but love and respect.
And you said that when
it's tough when, you know, you're a professional athlete and everything we do is publicized and nitpicked. And it's been like that, you know.
Bro, this guy is so media trained. Listen to how this nigga's talking. He sounds like ChatGPT. Am I tripping? Like, bro, listen to him.
We played together for 9 years. There was a period of our career where, you know, we hadn't won a championship yet. But in retrospect, we were only 23 and 21 years old.
Yeah, you were kids.
So the expectations were so high, and so they just had to figure out a reason why we hadn't won yet. And, you know, they tried to pin us against each other and say that one guy shouldn't be here or whatnot. But the truth is, we had 9 amazing years together. We went to the finals twice. We won a championship. So I'll forever be grateful for, you know, those memories and the time that we spent together.
So don't hate me here, but like Jaylen Brown, for example.
Why did it? Now, here's my thing. Did y'all find it funny how he didn't address the relationship part? Why didn't he address the relationship part? It's because, according to reports, right, Shams actually came out and said that they outside of basketball, they didn't have a relationship. Did he? Let me find it. Here we go. Says on the court they were great, but they just didn't have a personal relationship.
His career, but it is a tale of two different people. And for the longest time, over 10 years, 9 years together, they both worked amazing on the court together. Like on the court, they were great. But like over the last year or so, that personal relationship, it was as close to like, you know, not existent as you could have. But on the court, they were amazing, hardworking professionals together.
Got you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Prior to Shams reporting this, there was rumors of JB and Jason Tatum being two different people. Like outside of you know, basketball, they just weren't on the same page as far as, you know, they weren't friendly outside of, you know, basketball. And it's like, it makes sense. Throughout this whole saga, right, where they're slandering this guy's name, you would think that Jason Tatum would come out and say, man, this is crazy. Come on, man. Even Donovan Mitchell came out to defend Jaylen Brown, saying, bro, this is out of line. Like, what the fuck? Jason Tatum didn't say a single word until he left. If that doesn't tell you Jason Tatum never fuck with JB, I don't know what else to say, bro. If you really fuck with with your homie, bro, and you see reports like he's the 7th best player analytically on the team. He's not even a top 50 player. He think he's smart. They say he's too smart for his own good. Yada yada yada. Criticizing this guy's name. This is like a smear campaign. And for Jason Tatum not to say anything, hey, this shit makes sense. And shit, Shams is like one of the most plugged in guys as far as NBA circles. Why would he come out and lie about this? It all makes sense, guys. Let's see what they're saying in the comment section, though. What the fuck? Jason Tatum's going away gift for JB.
Okay, why don't you open your present?
No. Hey, this might not be what I think, that I don't even know is in there, because there are a lot of presents in my car and I don't know which is which.
Suck on this.
Damn. This is how you know we're in the dog days of summer. Like, why is this still a thing? Why do you need a good relationship to win basketball games? Shaq and Kobe hated each other. And Shaq and Kobe could have won more championships had they kept their egos in check. Right? Jaylen Brown's a great player. Extremely unlikable, though. Can't have two alphas like that on the same team that wants to be the guy. Which is why I'm not sure it'll work out in Philly either with all the guys they have. Oh, okay. Why does Shams fucking suck at speaking English? Oh, man. The media made sure to put these two against each other for years, and y'all finally succeeded at getting one of them traded. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This has been a thing for a while now. This entire narrative is ridiculous. Brad Stevens articulated it perfectly. We just couldn't afford both moving forward. It will happen with every team in the league within the next few years. The salary structure and cap are broken and unsustainable. I mean, that's cool and all, but like I said, my main thing is that the way this whole thing went down, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, bro. It really does. Now, I want to get into some reactions, right? So we have Austin Rivers. We also have Draymond Green. They both of these guys actually had something to say. Let me play Austin Rivers clip first, though. So Austin Rivers came out to defend Jaylen Brown because of these anonymous sources that it's just been, I don't know, man. A lot of these guys like Bobby Marks, who else was it? Was it Tim Bontemps? I don't know. There's a lot of reporting, right? Where they'll say something slanderous about a player, but then say, oh, an anonymous source. So here, listen to what Austin Rivers had to say about that.
Wanted to make this video quick, man, just because I've seen so much negativity come Jaylen Brown's way, and I'm not saying he's the most politically correct. I'm not saying his intelligence is easy to manage on a day-to-day basis. But he's done nothing wrong, and the fact is, my man just works hard. So yeah, he has a stream and he does all this other stuff and he is very outspoken and that can ruffle feathers or scare teams from what I'm hearing for whatever reason. But the only thing that really matters is, does the guy show up and play? Because y'all got a bunch of twerps in the NBA that I watch that do everything right. They don't talk, they're quiet, they're easy to manage, but they can't ball for anything. I'll take the guy who shows up and hoops. You could speak all you want on all your streams and say all you want. If you're going to show up and play and work like Jaylen Brown does, I'll take it. The guy busts his ass off. He's one of the first to in the practice facility, one of the last to leave. He's always in shape. He's always playing. He tries to play through injury. Plays the majority of the seasons. We're talking about an Eastern Conference Finals MVP, an NBA Finals MVP, an NBA champion, a perennial All-Star. This guy's a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA. And he was just traded for what? Because of some salary cap issues? See, this is the type of ownership like this hurts the game. If you're not going to spend the money to put the best product out there for your fan base, then you shouldn't be in the sport. How is Jaylen Brown moved? And then now we got a smear campaign by a bunch of anonymous sources. Nobody puts their name out, of course. It's a bunch of twerps You know, the NBA's filled with them. A lot of people who have no background in basketball, never really put any weight or any work or sweat in the game. They're just people who have like gotten a part of an organization and have just lasted. I can't tell you how shocked I am when I go from team to team to team. I call these games and I'll see people high up, whether it's in coaching, front office, and I'll be like, how the hell did he get there? I remember he used to just be a ball boy. And then the response is, well, Eric Spoelstra started. I love how people always try to use the anomaly as the reason. You ain't Eric Spoelstra. We have too many people in positions of power that are making decisions that just don't know what they're talking about or don't know what they're doing. And these are the same people that are giving these anonymous tips, sound bites, just disrespecting hardworking players like Jaylen Brown, one of the elite of the elite. The Magic gave up more to get Desmond Bane than what the Celtics just gave up Jaylen Brown for. And what I'm hearing is, oh, well, his stock dropped. People are scared of Jaylen. For what? He does the hard stuff. He hoops. He does the most important thing. He hoops. He competes. He actually plays on both sides of the floor. Are you kidding me? After the year my man just had? I'm sick of the smear campaigns. I'm so sick of the anonymous sources. If you're going to talk crazy, especially about our elite, put a name on it. My God.
Facts.
So tired of it.
Yeah, did he also put something here? He said, enough of anonymous sources. Y'all are weak for that. And the reporters putting that out there are no better. You know who you are. I got a long list of them. I know them personally. This Jaylen Brown smear campaign is whack. The guy is one of our game's best. He competes and busts his ass every game. On both sides of the floor, he gets after it. Who cares what he says on a damn stream within reason? Does he play and do his job well? The answer is undoubtedly yes. And he was moved. Why? Salary cap? He's too outspoken or too intelligent? Whatever the hell that means. This is no reflection on Brad Stevens or the Celtics front office either. They're one of the best around. But this trade doesn't make sense. And the Celtics were still in position to contend with that star-studded nucleus: White, Pritchard, Brown, Tatum, etc. If your team's in contention, salary cap issue shouldn't be on the menu. See, this rant might not be politically correct, but it's the truth. Quit the forced Brown hate. We always talk about being more than an athlete, and then when one does it, it can be a problem. Make it make sense. We got some people in the NBA in positions of power, how I don't know, who run their mouth and put these anonymous tips out there to smear and disrespect our elite players because they don't have enough equity in players' sweat, because they have never done it themselves or come close or even bounced the ball. Enough of the BS. Let's clean up the game, protect the players, not smear and condemn them for being outspoken or intellectually elite. And I'm not saying you can't work your way up. I know there are plenty of coaches and front office staff starting in low positions and working their way up. You have my respect. But we got a bunch of lasters. Yes, I said it. Lasters. LOL, AK organization survivors. They just politic their way into positions without real ball knowledge. It's not all over my league. It's not all over the league, but it's around too frequently. Tell me I'm lying. Yo, all I played here, guys, and read here was facts. Facts. And I mean, Austin Rivers literally did it for us. Like, there's no need for me to, like, elaborate. Like, this, you read it. It is what it is. I think LeBron liked this post too, so even LeBron agrees. Yeah. We also have Draymond Green. He also spoke on it as well. Let's pull that up. Hold on. Draymond Green said this whole Jaylen Brown situation threw him in for a loop.
Really, the Jaylen Brown thing, it really sent me for a loop because it threw me for a loop. I'm just like, all of a sudden, a guy being smart is an issue? Like, and
of all the things.
By the way, I think I'm pretty smart individual. I think I got a pretty decent head on my shoulders. Jaylen Brown's brilliant. I don't pretend to be that smart. I don't want anybody to think I think I'm that smart, but he is. Like, he actually is that smart. And when I say smart, right, like, as you know.
And just to give y'all, like, more, like, context to JB, right? I think he was offered, like, a scholarship to Harvard or some shit like that. Like, I think one of those, like, those higher prestigious schools offered him, like, I guess, to come to their school, and he turned it down. Like, just to show you just how smart this guy is, man. It's not like he's arrogant with it. Like, if you're smart, you're smart. But people tend to be intimidated when a black man is smart, intellectual, and doesn't take bullshit. That's what this comes down to. I'm just gonna keep it a bean.
There's book smarts, there's street smarts. There's so many different type of smarts when you're talking smart. But the smart that Jaylen Brown is, he's book smart, he's street smart. The things that he knows and that he understands. And he said it the other day, which I was very happy he said it. He said the bar ain't that high for me to be the smartest guy. So I was so happy he said that.
But maybe that's why you were getting those quote unquote compliments about your articulation, where you're just like, so what is it that you all think about players to begin with? And especially in a league that is majority Black, and there's always stereotypes that Black men in particular have to face and are often subjected to about their intelligence. It's like, you know, we've seen that coded language in sports for a while of, you know, the white dude is scrappy. He got there out of his smarts. Even though it's like, this dude an athlete. What are you talking about? The Black player just hit the genetic lottery, and that's why he's there, not necessarily because of his instincts or his intellect about the game. It's just, he's just bigger and faster than everybody. It's like, no, it takes a level of recall and intellect to be able to play sports at a high level, as you know. And so that part of it is very disappointing to see that those stereotypes are still existing and that people still kind of believe them. And so I think to a lot of people, they don't believe professional athletes are that smart. They don't.
No, and for sure. And here's what I'll tell you. I've never been a professional athlete that get mad when people say professional athletes are smart. And the reason I don't is because I think the ones that get mad actually aren't smart. Like, I'm not gonna
You're like a hit dog holler.
I'm not gonna get mad that someone says professional athletes aren't smart. Okay, fine. That's your business, that's your opinion, that's your business. It is what it is. But you know, the problem I have with this though, Jamel, is we know Jaylen Brown just got traded because he's too smart. And the fact that the Celtics would actually like for that narrative to get out there, right? Like smartest guy in the room, this thing, that thing, and then he actually still get traded is an issue for me. Because now we know why you're getting traded, which is that you're too smart, smartest guy in the room, this, that, and the other. We know that's why you're getting traded. The fact that we know that and they still trade you, like, it's like, oh no, we're gonna do this in plain sight. I'm gonna do it right in your face, right? Like right in front of all of our face. We just saw an African-American man get traded who just had the best year of basketball he's played in his life. He got traded at it wasn't at the value that someone who's playing that well at the age of 29 should be
Did you
traded.
think it was?
Yeah, enough of this, but you guys get it, man. Like, a lot of people just felt like the Celtics organization just dropped the ball on this trade, man. Especially given that you give up your young guy for an older guy. I don't know. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Listen, because I saw a report, and I spoke about this on the previous stream. The Celtics think this is a super move in their opinion, and Brad Stevens said it himself. Paul is our guy. I think he already made it in Boston, right? And he's ready to get to work. And by the way, Paul George is actually going back to 13. So we're going to see PG 13 back, right? Let me see. Paul George 13. Where is it? Is there a report on this? Okay, anyways. Paul George is going back to 13. So we're going to see PG 13 again. And hopefully, we can, listen, man, Paul George is definitely going to he's going to have a lot to prove this upcoming season. A lot of people, and I know Paul George is seeing sort of kind of what people are saying, right? And honestly, if I'm Paul George, and we're talking strictly basketball here now, from a pure basketball standpoint, if I'm Paul George, I'm coming into this season with a chip on my shoulder. So Paul George better be ready to play. because his production is going to hinge on, whether people are going to absolutely say this trade aged horribly. So the Celtics are really betting on PG to be the Paul George of old, and I'll believe it when I see it, guys. I will believe it when I see it. Enough of that. Enough of the Jaylen Brown stuff. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about this again. Hopefully, we can close this chapter. But you guys know how I feel about this. I did not agree with the way the Celtics handled this. It's just, it's crazy work to me. It's crazy work. All right, guys. So I saw a clip on X, right? I saw the craziest clip. Never in my years, right, covering the NBA, what I thought I'd see an executive for a team going on a podcast to pitch to a player to join their team. Let me give you guys context. So for those who don't know, right, Bob Myers is the president of the Philadelphia 76ers. And Bob Myers was recently on Rich Paul's podcast, Game Over, and he was literally pitching LeBron to join the 76ers. Like, this shit is insane. Like, I was like, what? Check this out, guys. Check this out. Hold on. I gotta get it. Hold on. I couldn't believe it, guys. I could not believe it. I'm like, nah, this is fake. Nope, it's real. It's real. This shit is real.
If he was here, I'd say I honestly believe this is your best chance to win. You have to decide all the other things that are equally important because it's his life, right? He has to play. He has to face the scrutiny of his decision. That'll half the people will say you should have done this or should have done that, and they'll criticize him for whatever, which is his life. So he's been through all that. What I would just say is, if it's about winning, let's talk about this team because you can win here in Philadelphia. If you want to talk about other stuff, about what's this guy like, what's that? By the way, he knows players, a lot of them better than I do. Their games. This is a guy that probably watches more basketball than anybody understands. Like,
that's a fact.
He's not just playing, and he's probably watching the game in February that nobody's watching. So he knows, not only does he know the guys, he knows how they play.
I hate to do this, Bob, but I'm going to make the pitch for LeBron in Philadelphia now.
Oh, God.
I hate to do this because Knicks just won the championship, the whole thing. But
Yo, Max is like, yeah, we know what you're doing, bro.
I don't think Philadelphia gives him the best chance to win. I think Minnesota does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Philadelphia is
Minnesota with LaMelo Ball.
The best market for him to play in. I think New York is. I don't think but there are markets that would be at least.
I'm not gonna lie, LaMelo Ball and Ant is definitely a dynamic duo. That's gonna be nice to see.
Is appreciative of the win of a championship if he helped bring it as Philadelphia. But if you're talking about a combination of all things, they give him a very good chance to win. It's a major market on the Eastern Seaboard that he has not played in. The fans in Philly will love you forever if you win a championship. When you combine, like, I think Minnesota gives him a better chance to win, but that's not the same market as Philadelphia.
Right. Yeah.
I think that New York is a better market, but maybe they won't love him as much because they just won a championship.
But I don't know, you guys know, is it what's harder to get to the finals, the East or the West?
The East won the last two.
Okay,
shits.
just say, look, what do you think?
I think
the
year?
East won the last one.
Where is it harder to get to the
finals? Hold on, wait a minute. The East won two out of the
three.
last three. However, in the one that the West won, it went 7 games. At halftime, it was tied, and the best player on the Eastern Conference team got hurt. And that's the only one they've won by the skin of their teeth with a big butt there, a bit, So I don't know, like when a healthy Pacers team, the Knicks.
All right, rambling. Now, listen, when I saw this, I was like, wow. Bob Myers is really he don't give a fuck. He wants LeBron in Philadelphia. Now, the reason this is relevant is because the top 3 teams that LeBron James is willing to consider are the Cavaliers, the Heat, and the 76ers. Right? Now, there was another report coming out that LeBron's camp was reportedly seriously interested, and the Sixers were being taken very seriously as far as them of LeBron being the prospect of, you know, possibly joining their team. Now, I said in the previous stream that if LeBron doesn't want, because you got to realize, like, LeBron at this age of his career, he can't, in my opinion, I don't think he can carry a team like he did when he was, you know, 2018 LeBron, right? Miami Heat LeBron, you know, first stint LeBron, even second stint to an extent, not even to an extent. Second stint LeBron James could carry teams, but this version of LeBron James cannot carry teams, right? So given that Jaylen Brown recently was traded to the Sixers, you have Tyrese Maxey, you have Joel Embiid, you have VJ Edgecombe, and you have the other young guys, the bench. You have a great coach. I think is it Nick Nurse is the coach, I believe, right? Am I tripping? Nick Nurse is the coach of the Sixers, right? Let me confirm this. I'm pretty sure he's the. I'll make sure I'm correct here. Yeah, okay. He is this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's the coach of the Sixers. I don't want to make sure I fuck that up. But, I mean, and the thing is, LeBron wouldn't really have to do much, right? He can coast in the regular season. You know, you got young legs, you got VJ, you got Tyrese Maxey, you got JB. I mean, it's a perfect, like, a complete team, right? And, you know, I was of the mindset that he can average a cool 18 and 8, excuse me, and he wouldn't have to do as much, carry as much as an offensive load, you know, given the stage of his career, at this stage of his career. So, again, the Sixers are definitely going to be a top destination, but I really want him to join my Heat, guys. I really want him to join the Heat. I'm an avid Heat fan. I know I got the Raptors hat on. I get it. I know. I got the Raptors hat on. But I'm a Heat fan. And I would love to see LeBron in Miami, man. Bro, that would be fire. But you know what? Another important thing to talk about too is, who do you not see on this list, guys? You don't see the Warriors anymore. Now, at some point, about a couple weeks ago, the Warriors were looked at as one of the top destinations LeBron would consider. But once the Wizards shut down, you know, talks around Anthony Davis, you know, the whole LeBron James to the Golden State, it died down. Well, we got some good things coming out. We got some good news, guys. So a recent report came out via Shams Charania that LeBron James' decision-taking time has allowed the Warriors to engage the Wizards for Anthony Davis, but the price is steep. Now, let me give you guys context. A couple of weeks ago, a report came out saying that LeBron would only consider the Warriors if they were able to acquire Anthony Davis. Okay? Now, Anthony Davis, given how, you know, in my opinion, I think Anthony Davis does not want to be in Washington. Personally speaking, I don't think he wants to be in Washington. I don't think he feels they can win a championship. But for some reason, the Wizards are just being tough. They're just like, nah, we're not shopping you, bro. We're committed to you. And so because of that, you know, those rumors were shut down. This is weeks ago. But because LeBron is taking his sweet time on making his decision, it has allowed the Warriors to, you know, hey, let's talk, you know, get with the Wizards. Hey, let's have a conversation, man, you know. And the Wizards, it seems like reportedly that they're looking to possibly, you know, start talking about some things. But the price is going to be steep. Jimmy Butler, multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks, and multiple swaps. Now, the question is AD worth all of this? And do the Warriors, if this is, granted, Shams Charania, he's very credible. Do the Warriors think this, giving up this, you know, obviously you're going to have a core of very old guys. Granted, LeBron James, Steph Curry, a core of LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green. You have 3 vets that know how to win, right? So, you know, But still, man, the question is, can that team win championships? They re-signed Kristaps Porzingis. I think they re-signed Al Horford. I don't know, man. I don't know. And when you think about the West is tough, man. You got the Spurs, the OKC Thunder. I mean, the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA draft night. So I don't know, man. It's just, and you got Minnesota that's tough, right? They added LaMelo Ball. I'm not gonna say the Suns are doing anything, but I think it was pretty cool that the Suns picked up what was it? What's his name? Miles Bridges. I think that was a pretty cool pickup. But the West is the West, man. And I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. But Steph Curry was recently asked, how would he feel about about potentially playing with LeBron James? Check this out.
National Basketball Association free agent.
Hold on.
It has been a crazy offseason in the National Basketball Association. Free agency trades left and right. There's one free agent out there, LeBron James, and he's shown some interest in being a Golden State Warrior potentially. Any idea or comment on that idea of playing with LeBron James?
Say more so, I'm interested to just play golf with LeBron. We'll handle the basketball stuff, but I want to see the golf LeBron free agent. He's out here really grinding on the game, but I'm sure we obviously would love to play together. Hopefully it happens, but he's deserved the opportunity and the right to take his time with the decision.
He's getting better, so you might have some competition. Best of luck this. It has been a crazy.
Yeah, LeBron, Steph Curry made it clear, man. Hopefully he comes. Hopefully. Pause on that. So yeah, man. Would y'all like to see Steph Curry and LeBron team up? I mean, this nigga took 3 rings from LeBron. I don't know, bro. This little nigga took 3 rings from the GOAT. I don't know, man. I don't know. Make sure y'all drop a like on the stream, man. It's free, just tap it. All right. We are rolling. All right, so did you guys see Donovan Mitchell signed an extension, a maximum contract extension with the Cavaliers? So he signed a 4-year, $273 million maximum contract extension with the Cavs that includes a player option for the 2030-31 season and a full trade kicker. So Cleveland's committed to Donovan Mitchell, of course. And Theo Pinson actually got into it with his co-host because his co-host said Donovan Mitchell didn't deserve the contract. Now, for those who don't know, Theo Pinson has this podcast. I think it's called the Baja Podcast or something like that. And his co-host is some short, fat dude. Not the fat shaman, but that's what he is. He's a short, fat dude who thinks he knows basketball. Where is it? Hold on. It's wild to me how fat guys who don't run on the treadmill, who don't take care of their bodies, can sit there and say a guy who plays the game at the highest level doesn't deserve their money. Like, this is fucking crazy, bro. So it says Theo Pinson goes off on this co-host for trying to discredit Donovan Mitchell and saying the Cavs shouldn't have paid him the max.
Doing his job.
You want him to do more? Also, is it a two-way street though? Because your superstar can open up the floor for the whole team.
You keep talking about this opening up the floor. Explain your opening up the floor.
I've explained it.
What does Don not do that those
He doesn't
guys
get double teamed as much as some of your top 5 players.
Oh my God!
And not as much as your top 5 players in the league.
Bro, how many times
are you guys gonna?
Oh yeah, this going on YouTube. It's going on YouTube. Yep. It's going on YouTube.
Saying he gets doubled as much as Giannis and those guys.
No, he does not.
But that is my point, though. He's not on that level.
No.
Not as much as Giannis, not as much as Jokic. Correct. But my point is that this is what I'm gonna say for the last time, and then we can move on because
we're not gonna move on. I don't want to move on.
This is why I want to move on because Ray wants to move on. So,
nigga, you a co-host. Fuck you talking about move on. Nigga, you move on when I say we move on. This nigga acting like he owned. Yo.
Why do you want to move on? Because Ray said let's move on 30 minutes ago, and we didn't move on.
And I said,
so now when you say we got to move on.
Yeah, we're not. I still got to say something.
So this is what I'm saying. If you're triple team more, double team more, like a Giannis or Jokic, are you going to get more open shots? Yes or no?
Yes.
So does Donovan get as much triple teams and double teams as the top 5?
This nigga's so fucking stupid. Just because Donovan Mitchell probably, I mean, obviously Jokic and Giannis are the top players. I'm gonna respond as this nigga goes. I don't give a fuck. But that doesn't mean Donovan Mitchell doesn't get double teamed as well. I'm telling you, these are stats, analytics fucked up the game. Because you have nerds like this guy saying that because he doesn't get double teamed or triple teamed as much as Giannis and Jokic, who are top 5 players in the league, right? Because Donovan Mitchell doesn't get double teamed the same amount of times as those guys, he doesn't deserve his money. This is the problem with the bro. Like this is bro. This nigga
5 players in the league.
Giannis had better.
No, that's not the question, Theo. Answer yes or no.
Giannis went further than the
Answer yes or no, Theo. Hey, what does he say? Answer the question, yes or no.
No, he hasn't.
So, if you get triple teamed and double teamed more, are you going to open up and have more open shots?
Yes.
That is my clearest point. And
how far has Giannis gotten without his teammates?
He went to the finals. He's a champ.
With the fucking team.
And Donovan had a team this year. Evan Mobley and James Harden.
And what the Knicks better, dumbass?
Huh?
Who was better than the Knicks?
The Knicks were better.
Okay,
so what's your point?
Team.
So what's your, but because
you get a better
can
team.
Part of it be?
This nigga is so, not him, like the co-host. He's so fucking retarded, bro. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry. This guy doesn't know baskbasketball. Oh my God.
The championship
can part of it be,
is the best team.
Can part of it
who
be,
won the championships all these years?
Can part of it be that he
who has won the championship every fucking year? The best team.
Cool.
If you think Giannis and Jokic and them are the best team, why did they not win it?
I'm done.
Why didn't they win it?
I'm done.
Why didn't they win it? Don't be done now.
I'm done.
Don't be done now. We're having a
That's
conversation.
That shit.
I'm done.
Now you want to be done.
Yeah, pussy ass nigga. Because when they start bringing facts, because it's not a one-man sport, it's a team. You see, once I think it's Raymond. I don't know this guy's name, but once he starts to give context, then it's like, oh, let me back off now. I'm done talking. Nigga, don't talk basketball, bro. You don't know what to talk about. You're a fucking clown. This is why Austin Rivers cooked him. By the way, he got into an argument with Austin Rivers, saying that he downplayed Austin Rivers. Mind you, this fat guy, what is he, Asian looking nigga? This guy probably can't even jump on a fucking curb, bro.
Because he can't answer the question.
No, I'm done.
The best team.
No disrespect to Asians, but I'm just saying, him in particular.
In 2020 was who?
I'm done.
Was it the Lakers?
He's asking you.
Do you feel like they were the best team? Ray, I asked about he want to be a baby about it? Go ahead.
I'm done.
2020. That's the Lakers won in the bubble.
Oh, okay.
2021. That was Milwaukee, correct?
Yep.
James Harden, they had the big foot.
I'm done.
Cool. James Harden. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving got hurt. Yeah. They weren't the best team anymore.
They wasn't.
Guess what?
Because of injuries.
Because of injuries. That shit happens.
You done?
Correct?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay.
Milwaukee won it. 2022. Who played? 2022 was the Nuggets?
I don't know. The Warriors.
No, the Warriors.
The best team was the Boston Celtics.
They like I said,
you playing revisionist history because the best team was Boston Celtics.
Oh, that was the best team?
That was the best team, right? If you go look at
they lost.
So the
better team won.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, that team was made to win. Was that the Boston Celtics first time being in the finals? Oh, no, it was. That team, that was the first time they've been to the finals. They got better, right? Who they bring the next year? They had Porzingis the year before? Okay, stop talking. So they brought Porzingis in. The best team won, correct? That was 2023. 2024, who won? Oklahoma City.
Sure.
Best team in the NBA?
Yep.
Best fucking team.
Yep.
Correct? So a team fucking matters. You keep saying it's one fucking player. We all knew the Cleveland Cavaliers had no fucking chance against the Knicks because the Knicks were a better basketball team. I can understand if Donovan Mitchell lost to fucking Toronto or he lost to Detroit because they should have beat them. They were a better basketball team than them. At the end of the day, you are not going to win in the NBA nowadays by yourself. There's too much parity. There are too many players, and it's not going to happen.
So
you have to pay one person.
Take a pay cut so you can move more.
Once again, one person's going to make that money.
Oh, now he got to take a pay cut. You see how to move into the goalpost? That's how you know this nigga don't know basketball. He's exposed. He was exposed. That last comment exposed him.
Earned his bread.
He earned his bread.
Give me Donovan Mitchell's accolades.
Yeah,
you can't say the same thing.
a lot of people saying I'm right and they understand my point. They don't, not everybody, but I'm cool with that. That's a win for me.
Fucking clown, bro. But shame on you for allowing him to be a co-host. Like, what the fuck does that say about you, bro? Y'all gotta bring in niggas that actually know the game of basketball and actually talk. Like, not everything is about stats. Yo, that guy's a clown, bro. A complete clown. You going on YouTube, bro. You going on YouTube, bro. Facts. Tomorrow 9 p.m., bro. Tomorrow 9 p.m. Facts. Shit is wild, bro. All right, what else we got, man? What else we got on this shit? What else we got, man? So the Lakers are interested. So the Lakers and Jonathan Kuminga reportedly have mutual interest. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though the Lakers, I don't like them. I don't like a lot of the moves the Lakers have been making as of late. But if they're able to pick up Jonathan Kuminga, I think that'll be a good pickup, man. Jonathan Kuminga could spread the floor. He's athletic. You know, he can play defense, and I think it just gives the Lakers another body on the front line. I think the Lakers are pitching him a starting role, so it's looking like he may end up landing in LA. So, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. Did y'all see this? DeMar DeRozan was also waived. In my opinion, I think DeMar DeRozan is the best free agent right now. There's reports that he may go to the Heat. There's also some rumors that he may return to the Toronto Raptors. And I saw this funny, not clip, but this funny meme where it says Drake's close friends don't want DeMar DeRozan back in Toronto. Oh man, this is crazy. It says, so 6Buzz TV posted that DeMar DeRozan was interested in returning back to Toronto, and Drake's friends are like, nah, man. Chubb says, nah, bro. And Preem is like, no LA teams want him. Now, for context, you know, the whole Kendrick and Drake beef, obviously DeMar DeRozan's from LA, and he picked a side. He chose to, and granted, it's not like he picked a side. He's friends with Kendrick, but he was also friends with Drake. But Drake didn't like the fact that he was rocking with Kendrick during the, not like us days, right? So, yeah, Drake like, nigga, what? Nah, bro. We don't want you back in Toronto, bro. That's what he's saying.
All right, part 2 of LeBron is not soft and not a bitch. Here's Carlos Boozer, straight form.
Yeah, we can't play this because I'm gonna get copyrighted, bro. Why do they play YouTube? You got to do something about this music copyright shit, bro. This would have been a nice clip to react to, but I can't react to it because they're playing owned music, bro. Like, what? Did y'all see this? So LeBron. So Giannis really wants LeBron to sign with the Heat. So he was on Neon's podcast, and Neon's chat was trolling Giannis, saying that LeBron landed on the Heat. Look at his reaction.
All right, we're not talking about all that stuff. They want you to be his teammate.
Miami?
Yeah. LeBron. Kobe was great. Unguardable.
No, this ain't the clip. This ain't the clip. So he says LeBron James he says the person I like to watch a lot is LeBron James.
Who's your GOAT, brother, other than yourself?
Giannis ain't slick, bro. He know what he doing.
I'll say you can't compare eras, but the person that I like to watch a lot is LeBron James. I like to watch him. But obviously Michael Jordan, it's 1 and 2. Once you get to that level, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't even matter, bro. They all
LeBron and MJ. LeBron and MJ. Some people say LeBron, some people say MJ.
LeBron's a free agent right now, so.
Hey, you see, I used to come here as a kid, all the time.
Oh yeah, I did.
LeBron went to Cleveland. LeBron signed with Cleveland.
Yeah, so here's the clip. So the chat, Neon's chat was saying, yo, LeBron's in Cleveland. Not Cleveland, LeBron. Oh, my bad. I'm saying it wrong. So the chat said that LeBron signed with Cleveland. And Giannis is like, oh, fuck. Like, he looked distraught. Like, yo, I thought you were gonna team up with me, bro. What's going on?
Bro, is this real?
I don't know, but they're spamming it.
Alex, can you see if that's real? Yeah, bro, they say LeBron signed with Cleveland. LeBron signed with Cleveland.
Are you serious? No fucking way.
Really? Look, he said this again. Are you fucking with me?
No. Wallahi, I didn't tell them anything. Chat, are you lying or not? Seriously. It's fake. There's something fake.
It's fake?
Yeah.
No. You told him to do that.
How was I gonna tell? I'm next to you.
Touch my heart, man. Touch my heart, bro. Touch my heart, bro.
Nah, Giannis want LeBron in Miami, boy. That's crazy, dog.
Come on, man. Don't do this to me. Give me a heart attack. There is a chance.
Let's go.
LeBron went to Cleveland?
Nice.
He's a nice guy.
Do you have any beefs in the NBA?
Not really. I feel like everybody.
Any rivalries?
Rivalries, everybody. But I don't fuck with nobody.
Okay.
You know,
So this is reportedly a real thing, right? So what's this? Oh. So this is a real thing because where is the report? I think, was it NBA? Here we go. Giannis reportedly, like this is like official. He wants LeBron in Miami. And who wouldn't, right? Now, let me tell you this. I want nothing more than LeBron to go to Miami, right? But again, I'm a LeBron fan. I want the best. I want what's best for him. But, I mean, LeBron won multiple championships in his first stint in Miami. And I heard reportedly him and Pat Riley's relationship has been fixed, I guess, because of the whole cookie situation. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, that's been the conversation. But if LeBron were to join Miami, shit, South Beach gonna be jumping, boy. For real. You got Bam, you got Giannis, and then you got LeBron. Bro. And they also picked up Tim Hardaway Jr. as well. Tim Hardaway.
Be home. This is definitely a surreal moment.
And why the audio so fucking low? What the fuck?
Myself before my family. Been dreaming about this.
So when the news came out that Tim Hardaway was signed with the Heat, right? Which I think is a great pickup. A clip surfaced of Tim Hardaway Sr. saying his son can't wear his retired number. So for those who don't know, Tim Hardaway Sr. played for the Miami Heat. I mean, if you watch basketball, you know, right? And his numbers retired with the Heat retired his number 10. And here's his dad saying, "Nigga, you cannot wear my number."
Why not? Because he will not be wearing my number if he gets on the Heat team. He will not be wearing my number. Do you understand me? That number is never coming down. You are not going to wear my jersey.
I agree.
You see how I walk now? It hurts when I walk.
That's why my jersey's
right,
out
That's
there.
why my jersey's out. You are not going to wear my jersey. Then my wife be like, well, why not? Because he's not. That's my.
I agree.
Well, it looks like Tim Hardaway Sr. has changed his mind. Where is it? All right, here it is. I found it. Here we go. So it was reported, I think it was this is probably a couple days ago, but it was reported that Tim Hardaway Jr. has changed his mind, right? And will let his son, Tim Hardaway Jr., wear his retired number 10 jersey with the Heat. It marks the first time in franchise history that a retired jersey hanging in the rafters will return to the court. Really? So he'll wear number 10. Do they have a louder? Okay, so here's his official number here.
I thought we hung his number up there. There you go for everybody. Right here, please.
I love this pickup for Miami because you have Giannis, you have Bam, potentially LeBron James. Pray to God. You need shooters. You need spacing. And Tim Hardaway Jr. is one of the best shooters in the league. I think he shot 40% from 3 this past season. He averaged 13 points per game, I believe. Something a little under 13 points per game. And This guy can get buckets, bro. He reminds me of J.R. Smith with the Cavs back in, 2016, those 2016 years, 2016, 2015, when LeBron's second stint. And yeah, man, I think this is a great pickup. Pat Riley is cooking, and excited to see what he does for this team this upcoming season.
Which everybody wants to know. I'm just going to leave it at this. I think the first go-around, it was a personal decision. And I think the second go-around was a family decision. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Speaking on how he convinced his dad to let him wear number 10, cool. So he also speaks on playing with Bam and Giannis.
Like I said, my job is to make their job easy. So anytime when we came and played here, he was very great at, dribble handoffs, setting guys up, the shooters coming off, getting separation and able to get their shot off. And if the big comes up, drop it off to Bam, in this case, Bam or Giannis, and going out there and letting them do what they do best, since we're such a threat coming off those DHOs. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take time. It's going to be a lot of film work, a lot of things to see where we can be great at, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said,
dope, man. Dope. So I saw something where Bobby Portis, he gave his reaction to being signed to or being traded to the Heat.
And you get to play with Giannis in Miami.
It means the world. Obviously, you get to get traded with someone that you're familiar with. It would have been different if I got traded by myself to a team where I didn't know anybody. I'm kind of familiar with Eric Spoelstra. I played USA team with him 3 years ago in the Philippines before the World Cup. I know Bam. Andrew Wiggins is in my high school class. We were McDonald's All-Americans together, so I fairly am familiar with a couple of people on the team. So it's not like I'm going into a situation where I don't know anybody. So I think that kind of makes me at ease as well.
The next chapter of your career, what's it mean that you get to play with Giannis in Miami?
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see what additional moves Pat Riley makes. And yeah, man, this upcoming season is going to be very, very exciting, man. You got Kawhi in Toronto as well. Can't wait to see that. Him alongside Scotty Barnes is going to be fun to watch. I don't know about you guys, but I think Toronto is going to be one of the best defensive teams in the East, man. All right, so we got some new updates on Paul George. So we're going to get a first look at Paul George in his Celtics jersey. Where we at? Here we at. So here's a first look at Paul George in his Celtics jersey. Hold on. Here we go. So first look at Paul George as a member of the Boston Celtics, man. Gonna wear number 13. Okay. Somebody said, why the fuck he look like... Yo, somebody says, why does he look like Paul George Lopez? Nah, man, that's wild. That's wild work. That's crazy work. But yeah, man, the Celtics got their guy. Listen, man, Paul George, bro. This is you have a lot to prove, man. You have to prove the haters wrong. Now, obviously, people think, I'm pretty sure he saw the noise, man. He hears the noise. People are, downplaying this trade, saying that Boston made a mistake. And look, man, I'm expecting you at least to play with a chip on your shoulder. I mean, Paul George is a pretty competitive person, so I expect him to be, entering this next season with pretty big chip on his shoulder. Now, to further that, Raymond Felton, he said that he believes the Celtics are a better team now. Let's see.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't mean to cut you off, Theo. No, you good. Be real with y'all. They are better than that team last year. Now, yes.
Because they added Vic and Mike?
No, I think they're better because you still got everybody that was there last year with JB. You still got Pritchard.
You added Mitchell Robinson.
You added Mitchell Robinson. You added Paul George. You got
Mike Conley.
Derek White, who had probably one of his worst seasons last year. Probably not going to do that again. He's going to come back ready to play this year. And then now you still got an opportunity to go sign somebody else. And if they bring in somebody like a Trey Murphy, then
I think they're done.
They might be. But still ain't
you
over.
cool with this team, the way it's structured now?
This ain't
I
for right now.
I believe in
something else.
I believe in their team. I believe in Missoula. I believe in what they built, as a culture over there. And I feel like somebody like Paul George can fit right in with that because he defends, he can make open shots, and he can play. He can make
He's got to
plays.
stay healthy, man.
Right, and he make plays.
stay healthy.
So I think he fits right in with this culture. But they still need to add somebody else. But I don't know, bro, because you had got all the guys that stepped up last year. What's the left-handed white kid? And Gonzalez?
Shireman.
They still have those guys. And these are the guys that made plays last year.
So you're talking about internal development too. You expect them to be a better team.
I mean, they have developed guys. The Cater dude came out of nowhere. He just got paid.
Killed.
I mean, he played really well. And
So I'm
you
just
can't
saying.
Walsh is gonna have a good year. He got better last year. So they do have a great development program over there. I mean, it was those guys' first playoff run. Like I said, they were up 3-1. I'm not gonna sit here and act like you think they're gonna win the East. I don't think they're gonna win the East. But I don't think that deal was.
We didn't think they was going to be a second seed last year. You feel me?
It's true.
Like, I see somebody in the chat say, Ray, they ain't going to be a second seed this year. We didn't think they was going to be a second seed last year. And they was.
I do.
But are they going to have a better year?
Think the East has got better. So they've been a better team, as you said, but the East got better. So I don't know if they'll be a second seed.
It only remains to be seen. They did got some pickups. They got Mitchell Robinson, I believe. And, I mean, like I said, man, this is a case of we have to see the results on the floor. That's all I can really say about this. That's it. All right, this is the last topic of the stream, guys. I appreciate you if you've been watching me since the beginning. Please drop a like. I would definitely appreciate the support. It helps push the live streams and the algorithms to other people. But this is the last topic. So, Draymond Green, obviously, we reacted to a Draymond Green clip earlier today. Draymond Green was with Jamel Hill on his podcast. And he basically called out Stephen A. Smith regarding his journalism and how he's reported, things about Jaylen Brown recently, of course, and LeBron James. And he also talks about how he doesn't talk to any players in the locker rooms. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. Wait, hold on. It's right here. Okay.
I've had my words with Stephen A. Listen, he's great at what he does. I think, he's arguably the best at what he does, right? And that's your lane, respect, cool. But I also think where the line gets blurred in a negative way for journalists is he throws out the journalist tag all the time. I am actually a journalist, this, that, and other. But to your point, there isn't the going in the locker room. There isn't the, he comes in the arena. You really don't get next to him. You don't see him. And so,
you talk to people, but it's not the same.
Exactly. And so
right.
you say all of these things on television. Jaylen Brown has been very outspoken about it, the anonymous sources and all of these things, right? Like you say all of these things on television and then you throw out the word journalist, which almost makes people, especially athletes, not respect journalists because you're throwing out the journalist tag and then you're doing that and and people don't respect it and there's no accountability, right? So, to the first thing you just said was I write a column, I show up the next day to stand in your face to see what you're going to say. If you need to say something, if you feel like we should, but when that term is thrown out now, no one's given that same opportunity. People spew all these things out there, and you're not given the opportunity to go face to face. And when you do, a la LeBron James, then it's this whole thing of like, oh my God, I had an opinion, and now they're not happy about my opinion, so they come to my. And so I don't think it's approached with that same integrity that you're speaking about, which ultimately I think it leaves all journalists in a bad spot because you're not technically viewed as what you just said a journalist is.
No, I don't think people look at us that anymore. And that's not to say that, journalism, 20 years ago was perfect. There were certainly issues and that sort of thing, but there was just more respect.
I already wanted to play Draymond Green's piece on that. I'm not going to play the whole entire clip. But basically, just to give you guys context on the beef between Draymond Green and Stephen A. Smith, at one point, they were really good friends, right? I think they were on each other's podcasts and stuff like that. And, when the whole Stephen A. Smith and LeBron thing went down one, and, Stephen A. Smith was telling LeBron James about it, talking about his son, whatever, and LeBron James didn't like that. So LeBron James approached him literally during the game. And following that, Draymond Green reportedly, and Stephen A. Smith actually said this, he said Draymond Green cut him off. So it's clear that Draymond Green and Stephen A. Smith are not on the same page, which is why he said this, right? Now, here's Stephen A. Smith's response.
What you laughing about, Jamel Hill? Somebody that's not in the locker room? Are you implying that you've been in the locker room more than me in my career? Is that the implication here, Jamel Hill? I beg to differ. I was a beat writer and an NBA columnist for 15 years. I was an NBA columnist for an additional 2 years before I became a general sports columnist. See, this is what gets to me. And I'm going to be very respectful when I say this because I'm trying to be respectful to Jamel Hill, who I always show respect for. You just going to sit up there and listen to Draymond Green and forget the fact that I was a beat writer, high school, colleges, pros, for the first 20 years of my career? And that I earned the right graduating through every step of this industry before I became a general sports columnist to not have to be in the locker room all the time? You just gonna let him say that? And there's no course correction whatsoever about the industry and the fact that my position was earned? Draymond Green, just so you'll understand what I'm saying to Jamel Hill, my brother, because I want to make sure you get this. This is one journalist talking about another. I want you to relate this. I don't know. I remember hearing you say one time, Draymond Green, that Golden State hasn't really been big on rookie hazing. But you know that it exists. Well, hypothetically speaking, did you have obligations and chores as a rookie that you no longer have as a veteran because you graduated to the point, and the same things that you were subjected to very early in your career you no longer had to do? That's journalism. My brother, when you saw me and when you talked to me, because we used to talk a lot, I wasn't some high school reporter. I wasn't an intern. I wasn't a college reporter covering St. Joe's and then Temple, basketball and football. I wasn't a beat writer for the Philadelphia 76ers and then, a backup beat writer and then the beat writer. I wasn't even a general NBA columnist before I became a general sports columnist.
So you get what he's saying. I'm not gonna react to the whole 20-minute clip, but it's not even a clip. This is a whole fucking segment. But you get it. He's defending his position that I am a journalist. But one thing I can't, or his integrity about what he's done throughout the course of his career up until now. Now, but what I will say about Stephen A. Smith is some of his reporting, some of it is narrative driven, really. And I do think that sometimes Stephen A. Smith can sometimes deviate from just talking about basketball, right? But he definitely does heavily lean on narratives, right? Like, for him to come out and just make it a whole big thing that Jaylen Brown said that this is my favorite season of my career, when if you watch the whole clip, he And Jaylen Brown is a very smart guy. He knows what to say and what not to say. If you listen to the full clip, you will get full context. So that's just an example of one of the many examples of Stephen A. Smith just being very narrative driven, right? But we're gonna keep you guys posted on this, because obviously we know Stephen A. Smith and Draymond Green, they sort of kind of been sneak dissing each other, right? But obviously, if things do come up, we will react to it. We'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, man, I'm tired. Fucking, we are, what is it? I've been streaming for an hour. It says hour and 47 minutes. Sheesh. Well, if you're still watching, I appreciate you guys for, tuning in, even if it's for a second or 2 seconds, Do me a quick favor. You guys see at the top left of my screen, BBALLUNLOCKED TV. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. I will definitely appreciate the support. And you can also follow me on my Instagram, where I post news, rumors, reports, highlights, the whole bit. If you guys want to keep up with me, you guys should follow me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook and on X as well, okay? But I appreciate the support deeply, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Should be sometime this week, if anything comes up.